Hey everybody, it's me, Greg Manarino, back from my post-market wrap-up for today, Thursday, December 7th, 2017. People, now, I know you were watching the bond market today. Absolute pandemonium. It was out of control today. And I want to talk about that first before I talk about the stock market, or kind of squash them together here. In the video that I did earlier today, I explained to you that the bond market wasn't doing anything. They didn't need to intervene. Remember the intervention yesterday, what they did to the bond market to prop it up? I mean, it was epic. Well, today something epic happened as well, and you can have a look at it. You can have and I hope you do. It's right on my website, traderschoice.net, just below the chat room. Kind of in the middle of the day today, bonds started to sell off big time. In fact, I took a nice snapshot of it at one point during the day, and I posted it on my social networks, and I said, watch what they're going to do. They're not going to let this continue. So this sell-off got down. Then, kind of towards the end of the day, I mean, like clockwork, they started buying up those bonds again. People, it is so, the rigging here is literally off the charts. Go look at that right on my website, traderschoice.net. You won't believe it. There's a link down below. Now, let's talk about a few other things that happened here today. So, earlier today, again, the stock market was up a little bit when I told you about what was occurring. The Dow Jones Industrial Average ripped up to about 130 points higher. Now, for those of you who did see the video that I did earlier, or who are traders, I explained to you that I had bought calls on Facebook yesterday. I've been covering all my trades here for you. I told you this morning I still had that position. Let me cover this just real quick, because I keep getting hammered with questions about how to do this, although I outlined most of it, or the most important parts of how to do what I'm about to tell you in my free e-brief book, available on my website, but I'll talk about it here real quick. Please download it so I don't have to keep covering this stuff. But here we go. Real quick summary. So yesterday when I entered that position, I entered up what I would call a half position. It's what I always do. I want to see what happens with the trade. This morning, when I saw that trade moving in the direction which I believed it was going to go, I doubled that position. I wrote it up very nicely through the end of the day. Then what did I do? Again, I understand this might be a little difficult for those of you that have regular jobs. I sit here in front of my trading screen all day. Once I was happy with my profit for the day, I closed half of that position. I went back to my initial buy-in of yesterday. And then I rode the rest of that right up until the market closed, and I had a very successful day with regard to trading Facebook in this manner. Now, if you're interested, for those of you that are interested, just before the market closed, I bought calls here on NVIDIA, NVDA, February, in the money. Again, how did I play this? I know what, I'm not going to cover it. I want you to go to my website and download my free brief. It's free! So just freaking download it. You know I've given away over 500,000 of these things already? Poof. I'm very proud of that. I am the Robin Hood of Wall Street. You know that. All right, so the sell-off in bonds today started pressuring stocks. The Dow Jones Industrial Average was up about 130 points or so. As bonds sold off, yields went up, pressure stocks. Stocks started pressuring. We started seeing it sell off. Bum, 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 bum. Talking about the overall markets. Then, as they went in there and they started buying bonds again, stocks were rebounding. Look, we know what they're going to do, people. This can't be easier for you. It could not possibly be easier for me. And if they want to play their game with every single asset, well, you know what? So can we. Speaking of that, gold and silver got smashed today, despite the fact that they are so technically oversold. It's beyond belief. And a whole bunch of you wrote to me today, speaking about how gold and silver appear to be nearing a support level. This may be true, but you got to be real careful here if you're looking to trade these things. You know, let me just say this on a side note. You know how I doodle back here? Somebody wrote a very nasty comment to me today about my little doodles back here. I deleted it, of course. But where do these people come from? They have nothing nice to say, so they want to say something nasty. I think these people are so insanely, I don't know, frustrated with their own lives that they have to come out here and write things that are somewhat hurtful. I don't care, because I know that most of you like my silly pictures. I like my silly pictures too. Okay. So I covered the action in the bond market. People, it was epic. It was really epic. You literally got to see it to believe what happened. And again, it's right on my website. You can see the chart. And you're going to see right at the bottom over there where they started buying. And that's where stocks started to rebound. It's not real. They're going to rig it. They want to push this market higher. You know, all you hear is about Bitcoin bubble, Bitcoin bubble, Bitcoin bubble. I still don't believe it's in a bubble. That's my take. However, they don't talk about the debt bubble. They don't talk about how the stock market's in a bubble. Oh no, those are fine and they're fairly valued. Really? Is that why banks like Goldman Sachs and JP Morgan and Morgan Stanley are talking about how stock market valuations are in bubble territory? Interesting. I wonder why they don't bring some of those people on CNBC. Oh boy. The Confederacy of Dunces. I forgot I referred to them by their actual name. I'm in trouble. I'm in trouble again here. You know, the day after I mentioned the Confederacy of Dunces, I got 4 videos flagged. 4 of my videos got flagged. I've never had that many flagged at one time. It's incredible. You know, I'm speechless about it. I really am. I don't care. I really don't care because I'm still here. You're still here. I'm having a great time with all this. And I really believe that the perspective I put on things and the fact that you can see these things live, especially on my website, really gives you an edge that you don't even know how big it is. The edge that you have if you're looking to get into this market, any part of it, whether you're a stacker, whether you're a trader, whatever you are, Bitcoin investor, by listening to this blog, you are frankly light years ahead of probably most anybody else. I really believe that. Anyway, with that said, we're going to watch how this plays out tomorrow. Again, what they did at the end of the market day today, they started buying up those bonds again as it was pressuring stocks. What does that tell you? You do not have to be a freaking rocket scientist to figure this out. They're going to push this higher. Again, that's why I bought those calls on NVIDIA prior to the market close. I think I played Facebook like a grand piano. I've been playing all my last trades for you. In fact, every single trade that I have named for you over the past several weeks has been a success. I haven't had one losing trade. I can't remember the last time I've had a losing trade. I do have them. Yes, I do. I always limit my losses, though. Always. It's, again, and how do you find out how to do that? In my free brief available from my website. So I'm not going to talk about it. Okay, everybody. I love you guys. I love you girls. And I'll see all of you in the morning. I'm looking forward to it. See ya.